Today, May the 15th, 2016. I'm going to change the spark plugs and the spark plug tube seal for my Subaru Outback 2012. Before you start, you need to make sure your car is cold, because if you remove your spark plug while your car is hot, because of the thermal expansion, when you put your new spark plug in, the new spark plug will be cold, so the torque will change. So you wait until your car is cold. First, you need to release your fuel pressure in your fuel line. There is a possibility that we have to remove the injectors, so we need to release the pressure. To release the pressure, we need to remove the fuel pump fuse and crank the starter to burn the fuel inside the fuel line. According to this illustration, I don't know if you can see, that's the fuel amp. This one, 20 amp fuel pump fuel pump fuse. Sorry. So the location will be here. Okay. Remove it. Okay. Now I'll start to crank the car. Two cranks should be enough. Remember, when you crank the car, you can't crank the car in between two starts. You have to wait about 10 seconds. You can start, stop, start again right away. That'll burn your starter. Okay, let's remove the battery to make some room for the valve cover. Because when I changed my last time when I changed my tried to change my spark plug, when I removed my spark plug foods, I found oil on the boot. So the spark plug tube seal is leaking. I just checked the one. One is leaking. The other three are pretty much done already. So I just changed all of them. Very good. This side you need to remove the air duct. The air duct here is just two screws, plastic. So be gentle. Just plastic. I had a 2001 before. They used metal screws. Now it's getting cheap. Plastic screw makes it more difficult to remove. You need to be gentle. that's a screw. Yeah, the other screw is removed. It's very difficult. It took me about 2-3 minutes just to remove the screw. But you need to be gentle. Don't force it. And this is to remove that screw. I have a problem removing it, so I used my homemade. I made it myself. A tweezer shape clamp, just to clamp this, and then pull. Yeah, I made it myself. Bolt down there to hold the air filter housing. Let's remove that screw, just to remove the whole thing. There's a sensor connector here. It's a clip over here. You just need to squeeze the thing and push it back from the hole. Now it's loose. Remove this one. There's another one here. It's 10 millimeter. So far, all the screws I've been removing, they're all 10 millimeters. This one is not 10. This one is 8. This part of the air filter housing is very difficult to remove because it's connected to the resonator chamber at the bottom with clips, plastic clips. I tried to remove it, but I wasn't able to. It's very difficult. So I'll just leave it here. I think there should be enough room to remove the valve cover. We'll see. But we still have to remove this part. It's also plastic. I don't like that sound. It's also plastic screws. I mean clips. There's a PCB hose connected to the side. I don't want to remove it. I'll just move it this side. So the next thing we need to do is to remove the valve cover. I mean, before removing the valve cover, we need to remove the spark plug bolts. There's one screw holding each bolt. They're 10 millimeters. I think there's enough room for me to remove the valve cover without taking all this steel covers. If not, I'll just take it off. But I think this side, the clearance is okay. they're 10 millimeters. Connector, the connector wire is not long enough, so we do need to remove the connector. Okay, the connector is, there's a clip. Just press on the end to release the clip on this side. So now it's out. Wow! I don't know if you can see. Oh, there's too much background. Yeah, I have this side leaking too. It's pretty much all leaking now, I guess. Oh, look at that. It's leaking. I think it's a common problem. My last Subaru had this problem too. I changed the seal myself. Okay, I have already sprayed twice the brake cleaner. I let my air pump charge. Now I'm going to blow the brake cleaner out of the hose. When you open the valve cover, there will be engine oil dripping down, and right now it's dripping directly to the exhaust pipe. That's something I don't like. Now I put a piece of cardboard here under the cover, so that the oil will drip down, and it will catch pretty much 90% of the oil, I guess. And I put a pen under the car, and also a bigger piece of cardboard to catch the oil spill out of the pan. The ground wire is almost broken. Okay, that's a good part of fixing your own car, because you can find problems. It's broken already. I'm gonna have to replace this wire. Next thing, we're gonna need to remove 6 bolts on the valve cover and 1 bolt here on the timing cover. This bolt is the torque for the 6 bolt on the valve cover is 6.4 Newton meter, and for this one it's 5 Newton meter. Okay. Yeah, this is from the last time I fixed my car. So I put it on this side, this one. I put back the screws or the bolts the way where it was. Some screws they look the same, but they're not exactly the same. Top. and this one is a little bit rusted. I'm gonna have to clean the rust before I put it back in. So the last one is this corner. I leave the easiest to last. Yeah, I removed the bolt. Nothing is holding the cover. It's not falling. Pretty tight on. It's very difficult to remove the cover, so I use a screwdriver. I want to pry it open, but the tip, I'll use a piece of cloth so that I don't gouge the surface. Well, I think even you gouge the surface a little bit, it's not the end of the world, because the place where you can gouge it, pry on it, is outside the seal. So it shouldn't be the end of the world. Oh, okay. It's just a little bit pry on the surface, and it's open. Nope, there's no clearance. Okay, so I put it back to prevent the dust from falling in. For now, I'm telling you, it's not possible to remove the valve cover without removing this fuel line cover. So I'll have to remove this one. Let me see this time if it works without removing the fuel injector. Or actually, you know what? I suggest you remove this part. Well, you have to. I mean, you have to. And I suggest you to clean the gap between the valve cover and the cylinder head, because it's very dirty. So on the other side, on the driver side, I definitely will remove the black cover first, because some dust has already dropped into my cylinder head. I'll show you. See this? The dust. It dropped into my cylinder head already. I'm gonna try to clean it. Yeah, but clean the surface first. Clean this gap first, especially this part. This part is a concave. It has a lot of dust. Okay, now I've cleaned everything, all the dust from my cylinder head. There are some dust in the gap that I cannot clean. That's why I use my oil pump, small oil pump, rinse it off the cylinder head. At this point, you cannot use your brake cleaner. Use your oil, engine oil, to rinse it off. That's why you need a board under there. You see the oil on the board? Be careful with the oil pump. This one. Don't drip oil in the spark plug tube. You just cleaned it. Don't drip oil in the tube. Okay, the valve cover is clean. The gasket is changed. You have to change the gasket. The older gasket was even stuck on the cylinder head. I removed it from the cylinder head. You need to change the gasket. The order of tightening those bolts are this. There are 6 bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 times. It's written in the service manual. 2 times. First one. Okay. 6. Okay. Now that's the first pass. I'll do the second pass. Okay. Next thing you need to do is to change your spark plug. This spark plug I have already removed from the case. It's NGK iridium. This is the OEM spark plug, but I didn't buy it from dealer. The dealer charged me $20 for each spark plug, and I bought it online. 11 something. Even the part number is the same. At Subaru user manual, it has a Subaru part number, and it has a manufacturer part number. Manufacturer part number is exactly this one, S1 FR6A110127. That's OEM. To remove the spark plug, I have this combination. Spark plug 5/8. That's for the Subaru Outback 2012. And the small connection, I think it's a 3 inches. Universal joint. Another 3 inch. Another 3 inch. That'll do the job. I've already changed both the spark plugs. Now I'm going to torque them to 21 Newton meter. This is the torque for this spark plug is 21 Newton meter. When you put back the spark plug boot, use this one, the electric grease. This one keep moisture away from the connector to keep the connector not rusted. I just install the spark plug boot and install the two bolts holding the boot. The torque for the bolts are 9 Newton meter. So the spark plug torque is 21. Spark plug is 21. This is 9. Yeah, I almost forgot to install this one. This is the bolt on the timing cover. Its torque is 5. Okay, 5. there's a pattern you need to follow. But I'll do the outer 2 bolts first, and then the inner 2 bolts. I like to do 2 packs. One connector here, next back, and I remove the clip down there. So I need to put back the clip and change the grounding wire. The grounding wire is broken. It'll be this much oil on the exhaust pipe. Okay, it is removed from the stand. It is removed from the bracket. That's the screw, and it was totally rusted, and PB blaster rocks. So this is the grounding wire I just removed. It's so rusted and it's so brittle. You can easily break it. You can easily break it into pieces. Okay, I temporarily made a grounding cable like this. Two cables connect parallelly, but I don't have a proper ring to clamp to, so I'll do it like this temporarily, but eventually this one has to be replaced. Okay, I just put back everything on this side. The air duct is not in yet, but the air filter whole housing is in. I connect all the connectors. I put back the tube in the clip and put back this, and I changed my air filter. So that was the original one. Okay, next thing we're going to do is the other side. The driver's side, the first thing I need to remove is this cover. If you don't remove the cover, you can't get the valve cover out. It's the same for both. And there is a tie wrap you need to cut if you want to move the cover up. You use the cable. Be careful not to touch the cable. You still can't remove it. You have to remove the filler neck first. You have to remove the filler neck first. 2 bolts are already loosened. Okay, left and right. Left, right. Very dirty.
Okay. Oh, that's the reason. Have to remove this spark plug cable. Because this spark plug cable is loose inside the I think. Now it's falling out. Still not very easy. Remove all the cables out of the way. Make a little bit more room. For the thing to wiggle. Okay. This time I think it's better to remove the injector cable. I can't imagine me putting it back. It's very, very difficult to remove. I removed the disc bracket from here. The disc bracket was here. I guess it's in the way, so I removed it. Okay, next thing I did was to remove the clamp of the PVC hose. Remove the hose and move it out of the way. Then remove the connector. That one has to be removed because it's in the loop of the thing, the bracket. And this one, not remove this one. Yeah, this another cable. This one connector needs to be removed too, because this connector is tied up on the valve cover too. So this one needs to be removed. So all the cables are out of the way. The only thing is this one. This one connects to the generator. Okay, I decided to make more room for this valve cover. So I need to remove this cable, move this cable out of the way. To move this cable out of the way, you need to remove this connector, remove this connector, remove this one, remove that one, and there's a bracket down there. You need to remove the 10mm bolts down there to swing the cable here. Okay, I'm taking the part apart. Remember, there's a cable attached to the valve cover, and that cable has to be completely removed. Just disconnect the cable. It's not enough. The cable goes somewhere else, and it's attaching to the valve cover. So you need to cut the tire out, but very carefully. I have already removed the 6 bolts. I wasn't able to remove the cover, and I found out that I have to remove the cable. After some struggling with the valve cover, I realized that it's not coming out without removing this rating, fuel injector rating. It cannot come out. You have to remove this fuel injector rating. Not like the other side. The other side you don't have to remove this, only the cover. But on this side you do have to remove it. Yeah, I just removed this without, I forgot to videotape. What you need to do is just to remove this so that it's moving, and you wiggle this and that one so that this reading is out of the way, and then you move the cover from here outside. Go down and then go up here outside. Although I cleaned the top this time, but it still has some dirt falling into the head gasket cylinder head. So I'll use the oil to rinse it off. Don't use a brake cleaner. Just use oil to rinse it off. Yes, of course, you clean it as much as possible, and then rinse it. But be careful, don't drop oil in the spark plug hole. The spark plug hole, you just cleaned it. The gasket is a new gasket. Remember this this connector? I said I'm gonna cut the tie rod. I didn't cut the tie rod. I was trying to pry the thing out of the hole, but I broke it. Now that the 6-bolt of the valve cover is on, you can put your injector back. Put your injector back and put back the bolts. Okay, I made a mistake when tightening the other side, the cover, the black cover. I tightened the torque. I used the torque 19, but actually the 19 is the torque for this one, for the fuel reading, not the cover. So I just tightened the cover over there. The cover is 25. The bottom right corner, that bolt, trust me, you need to tighten it from under the car. There's no access from the top. You have to go under the car, but when you go under the car, it's very easy. You can actually see it directly, and there's an opening, so you can reach your hand in the opening and have access to the bolt. But from the top, there's no access. Number 3, tighten it with this. That's not enough. The spark plugs have already been installed at torque. Now the next step is to install this spark plug boot. Before you install this boot, put some degrease, the electric grease in it. This is like a silicone to, but it's electric conductive. It will conduct electricity, but it will block the humidity from going in. The torque for these 2 bolts, for the to fix the spark plug boots, they're 9 Newton meters. So next thing you're gonna need to do is to put this one back. So it's just the install is just the reverse of remove. And what did I do to get it? Okay. This is what I did. Okay, this cable is connected back. There are 2 bolts. One is 12. This one is 12. This one is 10. And then connect back this connector, that connector, and this one and that one. So the cable goes back to where it was. We hook this one so that you know what I did. cables out of the way, it's not difficult to put that. Still, I have to pass all the cables. The cable harness is here. All the connectors. That's the cable harness. I'll put the bolt inside the hole first. Okay. I turned all the first screws a few threads. Just to hold the bracket. Now I start to pass the cable. Now I know the correct way of doing this. I removed all the screws for this cover. What you need to do is put the cover in place, but don't tighten don't put screws on. Those are the screws, bolts. Don't put the bolts on. And then run the cable. The cable needs to run from there, from that way. This is the main cable harness. And this cable harness runs from inside the cover. So if you put it in place and bolt it, you have to unbolt like this. So put it in place so that you have a basic idea where to run the cable. And then run the cable from inside. And you can move the cover a little bit to run it inside. And still don't put when the cable is run, after the cable is run, you still don't put the bolts. You connect all the connectors. There's 1, 2, 3, and there's a connector here. I didn't connect it yet. And there's another spark plug connector, and there's a fuel injector connector here, and another one here. And there's another one, white connector here. I haven't connected it. I will connect all the connectors and then bolt down this cover. That's the correct way of doing it. I just cut the tie wrap for that cable. This is like a one-time use thing. It's broken. It should be connected, and this part is in the hole, and this one is to hold the cable. But unless you can, I was trying to use a screwdriver to pry on it, to pry it open, pry this thing out, but I didn't make it. It's broken. Unless you can pull them out together, it's like a one-time use thing. So this is the place where the plastic clip broken off for this cable. So right now I'm using this one, using this pole. I want to make a gadget. The gadget is something like this. Something like this. This loop goes on the pole, and this one holds the loop, and this one holds the cable, so that the cable is away from the metal pole, so that there's no friction, so the cable will not have wear and tear. So this is a gadget. The first gadget, I put it on. I didn't like it. I made a second one. The second one is the same idea. This big loop goes to the metal pole, and I'm using 2 tie wraps to hold this small tie wrap. This is a small one. This small tie wrap is to hold the cable. I'm using 2. The reason why is because when I'm using one, the cable is rubbing against this one, the end of the tie wrap. Now I can make the cable go between these 2 tie wraps. Okay, this is my gadget. My gadget is done. So I guess it will hold the cable there for a while. It can move a little bit, but it should be okay. To prevent this tie wrap from jumping out, I put another tie wrap on top, just as double security. Okay, finally that cable is done. That cable took me a long time. Okay, so next thing you need to put is the filler neck. oil filter neck. You can use some engine oil to grease the O-ring. Actually, it's recommended to grease all the O-rings. If you put the front differential charger pipe back into the hole, you need to put a front differential fluid on the O-ring to grease it. And this one's engine oil. Yeah, I'll put some engine oil. Yeah, I've already put engine oil on the filler neck, on the O-ring. I'll put it back. These two bolts are 10 millimeters and the torque for these two bolts are 6.4 Newton meter, but there's just no room for the torque wrench. There is no room. I'll just tighten this with hand because 6.4 is about yeah, this tight. Just try to make sure that when you're tightening the bolt, you're not crush, stretch, breaking any cables. Four bolts need to be torqued to 25. Now you need to put back the brackets. The brackets you took out from here. These two bolts, I don't know the torque. Just tighten them, and then put back the cable in the bracket. Okay, that's in. Okay, next thing I didn't make the recording, was put back this cover and duct. That's it. And the last thing, don't forget to put back the fuel pump fuse. Okay. Yay! We're done here. This side is broken too. My car is a 2012. If your car is almost the same year, so check yours too. Yours might be broken too. But yeah, I live in Montreal, so the winter here is very bad, and the city put a lot of salt on the road, so that might be the reason. I just made a grounding cable connecting under on the chassis of the car. That cable is broken too, so I made one. Next step is to check if your tools are left inside the engine bay. For example, here on the strap mount, on the side, in the front, on the other side, and sometimes I put my tools here. So there's no tools, no. It's clean everywhere. Okay. Now let's start the car. Oh, by the way, before you start the car, you need to put the key to on position for 2-3 times, because you release the gas pressure, so there's no gas in the line. So put it 2-3 times and then start the car. Everything works fine. No check engine light. Okay, so that's how you do change your spark plug. It takes me about 7 hours. Well, it's a 2-hour job, but to make the video and all the other problems, it took me 7 hours. Okay. Hope sometimes when I make the video, you see I make mistakes too. So hope you learn from my mistakes so that you don't make mistakes. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.